If anyone has a question they would like to ask. Please try and sit still. It's still, the meditation class. Does anyone have a question?
Hi, Stuart. I had a question, what you thought about synchronicities.
About who?
Synchronicities, signs, say numbers that you keep seeing, the same numbers everywhere, say 1111, this kind of a thing, or a white feather when you ask like for guidance and then a white feather appears. I'd just love to hear your thoughts on synchronicities and guidance, little signs.
Look, although every day of your life, there are signs that are given to you by the universe, by God, by every single day. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, but every single one of these signs is truly guiding you on a pathway to, to God, to higher consciousness, to spiritual enlightenment. We all have that. Most of us don't, most of us ignore them. We think, oh, well, but in truth, if you follow your instincts, if you follow, that inner voice, these signs can really help you to work on yourself. And they come in many different ways, in many different forms, and it's like that guy Joseph Campbell wrote a book, The Thousand Masks of God, and it's that's exactly what it is. You never know in what manifestation God, higher energy, is going to appear in your life. It's why one has to be open and to listen and to receive and to not poo-poo life or poo-poo things, because you never know what your teacher really is. And sometimes the teacher comes in in very strange forms. But if we truly are connected in ourselves, open inside, just about everything can teach you how to get closer to your spiritual enlightenment. It teaches you what to do, what not to do, where to go, who to hang out with, who to be with, where you get the most nourishment, and who is important in your life. The problem is that people don't listen. Understand, everybody is so wrapped up in their brain that they don't recognize these signs as they're given to them all the time by God, higher energy, whatever you want to call that. And I think it's essential, call it synchronicity, call it whatever, but we need to have these signs because all of us are on a path going somewhere, and paths have signs telling you where you're going. And if we read those signs properly, it could be astrological signs, they could be all kinds of things, Somebody says something to you that's out of the blue, and yet if it registered as inside, it could be a very important teaching for you in order to move forward in your life. I don't know what the real answer to that is. And I do know that I'm given signs all the time. And a lot of the signs are protective signs, telling me, don't do this, don't do that, don't hang around with this person, that person, because, they're going to do nothing but interfere with your spiritual life. And I'm not interested in anybody interfering with my spiritual life. And that too is a sign of what really is important. Not to impress people, not to have to, brown nose people and divvy up to them, and, but to recognize who really is there in your life that is essential for your growth, your spiritual awakening, who is going to help you do that. You know, all the signs lead to this kind of thing. As I told somebody yesterday, you know, their children, their parents, understand, are perfect examples of what can help a person get enlightened. You know, children and parents aren't necessarily easy. In fact, mostly they're not easy. But learning how to nurture them, learning how to love them, learning how to go past one's tiredness, one's anger, one's opinion of what's right and wrong, and to truly unconditionally love another human being is recognizing how that's the sign that that person is there to teach you how to get to God. Unconditional love. It's a very difficult thing. But people that are close to us require unconditional love. And in those cases, they're a real pain in the ass. But we have to love them unconditionally because they are a pathway to our spiritual enlightenment. They're teaching us how to get stronger, how to not live with opinions and judgments and what we think is right or wrong. And yes, they can be a pain in the ass, but it doesn't matter. You know, we have to learn to use everything as an opportunity to grow, not as an opportunity to know better, to be right, to, you know, condescend, to be imperious, to, you know, it's all bullshit. It's all ego. But to listen to life and let all the different avenues of life teach us what we need to do to grow every day. This takes an amazing chemistry inside. But this is the kind of chemistry that we're trying to build in this meditation class. Otherwise, what is it about? You know, coming here and getting stoned on Zoom? You know, that's not what it's about. It's about building a system inside that can do these things. Because that's the way you learn to use life as an instrument that helps you get your spiritual enlightenment. And there are many signs, you know, they're given to us all the time.
Thank you, Stuart. My all-time favorite sign was I was driving and someone cut me off and I got very upset and I said, how can I get back to center? And another car passed me and the license plate was Shakti. I think you were driving that car.
Maybe. Actually, I haven't driven a car in 5 years, so it couldn't have been me, but God telling you, but those things are very minimal. You know, deep relationships are much more important, and you have to look for signs in those situations of what can help you to grow. And there's always something in every situation that will make you go deeper into yourself and look for answers where you get real answers, not where you can just come down and scream and yell at somebody and be angry at them because they did something you didn't like. And that doesn't do anything but drain one's energy out of us. And there's bigness of spirit and bigness of soul in learning how to love unconditionally. And you can start with your children, your parents, or, people that are close to you in your life, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends. Not being judgmental, but listening and like, what can I learn from this to grow? Not to be right, not to be angry at somebody because they're a schmuck, but what can I learn from this to grow? Does anyone else have a question I would like to ask? And just to finish this. Yes, there are people that are like vampires. They're impossible. They live off of other people. They suck their energies out of them. And those are the people that you just simply say no to. I don't need these people in my life. I don't have to spend time with people that are going to consume me. They're going to, they're vampires. They're going to suck my blood out of me. They're going to suck my energy out of me. They're going to take my life away. I mean, there are spiritual teachers that do that. There are all kinds of crazy people in the world, and I always say it, there's a great word in the English and Portuguese language. No, no, I don't have to be involved with this. My spiritual life, my energy, everything inside me is more important than having to deal with somebody who's going to suck the very, juices out of me, the very Shakti out of me, everything I spent my life building, they're going to suck it out of me, That's another sign. And you don't have to be guilty about just walking away. Unless that situation is helping you to grow. Then you use it until you don't need to use it that way anymore. And that is getting you closer and closer to unconditional love, to letting life be. I mean, God created this world. We're a bunch of tourists here, and we do our best to just mess everything up. We move around the furniture when we're not supposed to. And I think that really is a serious situation. And all that furniture moving is just ego. It's mine, it's mine. It's not ours. We're a bunch of tourists. I mean, everything is transient. We come here and mess it up, and then we leave. And we leave a mess. The whole thing is ridiculous. And all the universe is asking us is for unconditional love, kindness, gentleness, joy, happiness. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart?
That's
Stuart?
my name.
Yes, it is. What happens if that vampire is an adult child?
You have no choice but to learn to love that adult child unconditionally.
Do?
Well, then, that's what you got. And you can use that to grow.
Mm-hmm.
How strong can you get inside yourself so that the energy of that person is just as big? It no longer offends you. It no longer sucks out your vital juices. You are big enough to be able to deal with that without allowing it, to take you apart. That's unconditional love. And that is a kind of strength that you got to build when you have to deal with a person like that. And you know something? If you build that strength in yourself, they will stop. They'll stop doing it. Happened to me with my family, Once I got that kind of strength, I mean, it became love. My mother became a student of mine, for God's sake. She was coming to my meditation classes, But you got to build that kind of inner strength. And then people don't treat you that way. So you can use this son of yours as an incredible reason to get so strong inside yourself and to grow as a way of getting to God,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, and as I end, God bless you all, and thank you for being here. And what I'm talking about has happened this year on Zoom. This teaching, this coming here, working with so many people, has really been an amazing opportunity for me to grow. And I am just infinitely grateful to all of you for being here. And I hope you're benefiting from this as much as I am, because my goal is not to be a teacher. I tell you all the time, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a guru, I'm a Kundalini aerobics instructor. I'm trying to get everybody to build systems in themselves to do exactly what I'm talking about. The kind of thing that happened to me because I spent 6 years with Rudy and then 40 years developing everything he taught me. Took that long to develop all the things that he taught me. So this is what this is about, and it's not about guru and disciple and lineage and all this crap, it's simply about, being grateful and sharing with people that come, that want this, and understanding how important it is to be sitting here and to be using this situation to grow. And I have nothing but gratitude to all of you, those that are here, those that are not here anymore, everyone that's been part of this. In fact, everyone has been part of my life, the good, the bad, the vampires, and the indifferent. I just have gratitude to them because every single person has helped me to grow in my life. And there comes forgiveness for all the things that took place, So look, bless you all. Thank you. There will be a class on Sunday. Again, I am doing in-person classes here. If you'd like to come, you're welcome. I want to have 2, maybe 3 people maximum because I don't have the space. And I also have a daughter who's gotten a very good job and she works at home and I don't want to disturb and interfere with that. So if you want to come, let me know. We can arrange it. The only thing I ask is that people are vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, God bless you. I respect that. And I'm not going to tell you to get vaccinated, but I just, 600,000 people have died from this idiotic, pandemic. And I don't want to be responsible for having one more person go because of that. So bless you all. I hope to see you all on Sunday and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you,
Thank
Stuart.
you very much, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Stuart.